news for much of and the NFL audience. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. You know, me and Aaron have been great friends since I've been in Green Bay. You know, I hit him up, told him I was coming out to LA, and said, let's run some routes. So we got it in, man. Went out to some high school and ran some routes together. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah, so all the New York media can stand down. Aaron Rodgers is back from Egypt. It's not a secret anymore, and he's hanging out with MVS.
Okay, so McIntyre's saying Egypt. So
yeah, McIntyre's saying Egypt. So maybe that's where he was, but that's I guess different discussion.
Any issue with?
No, I think people are going to expect me to kill Rodgers for this, but I think it's actually a really good idea. Listen, it's been a long time since Aaron Rodgers won a playoff game. And to be able to spend time with a two-time defending Super Bowl champion, a guy that has played in huge games, made big plays, plays some of his best ball in the biggest games of the year, which has, of course, been a weakness for Aaron. I think he can learn a lot from MVS. And so that, you know, even if you're criticized throughout a year to, you know, stay above the fray, to not blame, you know, a dishonest media or say, just be like, you know what? I was going to keep my head down and keep playing and then show up my biggest in the conference championship games and Super Bowls that I regularly play in. And so I think that's positive. I would have loved to know, you know, if there were other guys that, you know, could have gotten the heads up from Aaron to join them. Teammates would be great, but I do think he's worked out a lot with Garrett Wilson. And maybe, listen, Garrett might have been in L.A., but Garrett called. I'm sure MVS knows you got to FaceTime Aaron if he's in LA because he doesn't have, there's no phone service where he lives. It's so hard.
Yep.
I think it's a good look. I think it's smart. I think it's good. Good. You can pick his brain.
Did our audience pick up the sarcasm?
I'm not sure.
What sarcasm?
We run the sarcasm.
What do you? I don't know what.
We should have a sarcasm meter on the screen.
Just being honest, trying to be fair.
My initial instinct was, well, why is he working out with receivers from other teams when he just bailed on mini camp? But then I thought about it, you know, NBA players work out with other guys all the time from other teams. And I actually do sincerely, Nick, like this. Oh. If I'm the Jets, I am encouraged by this, just that he's out there throwing the football to NFL caliber receivers. Like that shows me, okay, he's back plugged in. I don't like the fact that he missed the mini camp, but he is back and he's plugged in. And I'm fine with it. I think it's actually a good look.
Okay. The only thing I'm wondering is where he was. Like, this all feels like the main story is, why did you miss minicamp? The story has not gone away. I'm interested in where he was.
So, well, listen, and I don't know that MVS knows, but J-Max says Egypt. I think Craig also said Egypt on the show this morning. And MVS didn't push back on it. Here is what I personally suspect, that if there were a reason, an explanation of what the trip was that was going to calm the, firestorm surrounding it, we'd have already gotten it.
Yeah.
And the reason we didn't is because whether it was, another ayahuasca trip, as some people had speculated. Albert Breer seemed to open that door quite wide. And now there's the speculation he was in Egypt. I don't know what it is. I just think unless Aaron Rodgers is doing like a long-form Andy Kaufman-esque troll of the media, which also, by the way, in play.
That would be
I think that the reason we don't know is because people aren't going to be like, oh, well, that makes it better. I think what people are going to say is, once again, everyone's allowed to have outside interests, but those outside interests are trumping your responsibility to the team, and it's going to be for something that a lot of us might think is superfluous or not necessary to be done in that specific
No, I agree with that. And I think, look, obviously you could have gone, let's say it was Egypt. You could go there another time. But if the Jets were to come out, look, Aaron had this trip planned to Egypt. The talk is that he was helping promote football in Egypt. So if you announce that Aaron, look, he had this trip, Egypt, he really wanted to go, I don't think that comes off that negative. Egypt, all right? You're going to a historical place, and maybe you're promoting the game of football overseas. That's not that negative.
Right. The problem is if you're going to a historical place to try to research whether it's actually historical or we've all been lied to. That's
That's
where it wouldn't be a good
I'd like to eliminate the word Tartania from my vocabulary.
Yeah.
I expect that's not going to be. I didn't see
He
that.
didn't watch.
You're watching something else?
Yankees in Toronto. Ben Rice, he's a catcher, and they moved him to first, and this was a screw-up. A run scores. Then the next batter hit a home run. It wasn't great.
Horrible.
Yankees lose 4 in a row in their lead in the AL East. Weird. USA Panama on Fox. Tim Weah, this is a wide shot here, but Tim Weah gets frustrated and basically.
Which one is Way? Well,
The guy that hit that guy.
Yeah, it's a little bit far, but you're not allowed to do that. He gets a red card. We have to play a man down. He apologized post-game. Wasn't great, but USA on the verge. Getting a little more of this game later. Wonderful Rangers-Orioles. Cows are deep. Teammate Perez with the grab in the bullpen. When Christina put this in the document, I was like, oh my God, the guy caught it in the outfield with his hat?
Did he?
Christina, he's on the same team. He's confused.
that is a great catch.
I mean,
And see, that's why when outfielders drop these balls, I get mad. He just caught it with his hat. He's a pitcher.
it's a pitcher.
Raise your standards, Bob.
Okay. What did I do? Orioles win. They're now tied for first place. Wonderful. We're going back to soccer. After the red card, Balogun with an amazing goal. It's the only one we'd score, though. We'd end up losing 2-1, but I have one more highlight later on in the show. Wonderful Indiana in Seattle. Caitlin from the logo. Not enough, though.
Logo.
Storm roll. Caitlin versus Tarazi on Sunday. I've been very pro Caitlin. Not on Sunday.
Really?
No, I'm pro Tarazi.
Tarazi is his favorite player ever.
They're going to go at it.
Tarazi.
I want Caitlin to take it to him.
Okay. We'll put a side bet on, even though we both don't bet. Wonderful, back to soccer. This time a red card for Panama, taking out Pulisic, who is mad. Gives a little shoulder shrug afterwards. Panama wins 2-1. We need to win against Uruguay. Guess where it is? Arrowhead. Let's go.
Yeah, best soccer
Literally,
city
maybe.
in America. You want to go?
Let's
go.
I want to
We haven't been to Kansas City in a few months. It's about
go
time
every
we go
right.
back.
Every 3 months. We're in
They're the Knicks' hometown more than mine the last 2 years. New Lakers coach J.J. Redick, fresh from the team store, was excited to draft Bronny at 55. Here's J.J.
Why are they wearing Rambus is excited. They're all excited.
Look ridiculous.
Take a listen.
We're the brothers.
Bronny, this is JJ. I just wanted to say congrats, man. Your hard work's paid off. You're going to have a long NBA career, and I can't wait to coach you, man. Congrats.
We'll see you soon, Bronny. The work begins.
Okay, do you think there's pressure on Redick to play Bronny?
Initially, no, because I think we all understand that Bronny is not a project, but a work in progress. Like, nobody expects him to come in and contribute or anything like that. So I don't think there's that pressure on him. But when I look at this tweet from March 6th, 2023 from Bronny's dad,
Oh, the
LeBron.
one that he deleted?
I think, do we have it?
Yeah, it's
collectively forgotten
here
about
it is.
this.
Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Lightweight hilarious. So I mean that's
no mulligan on
fine
that one.
when your son's in college or high school, not in the league. But once he's in the league, that's like so. This is my thing. As long as LeBron stays out of it and leaves it to J.J. Redick and the coaching staff to determine Bronny's minutes. We don't need to see any passive-aggressive tweets.
Oh, that I totally
We don't need
agree.
to hear any post-game comments if the Lakers go into a swoon. Look, we got guys on the bench that could be helping us right now. I mean, we don't need that. Right? Because even if you're not talking about Bronny, people are going to assume you're talking about Bronny. So that would put not only JJ in a tough spot, it would put Bronny in a tough spot. So LeBron needs to be the leader, be the great player, and let the coaching staff determine how much Bronny plays.
Go ahead.
I think it's very challenging.
Oh, see, go ahead.
I think it would be challenging to have your son. I think it would be challenging to see an opportunity for your son and not push for it, which he already has done. So isn't the next chapter saying, like, I think we could get some run? I don't know how it would play out, but it would be weird to have him push all the way up to here. I'm talking about development, all of it, AU, US, the whole nine. And then be like, this is my exit ramp.
Yeah, because I guess I don't think it'd be challenging because I think that this is not considered. I think it would only be challenging if LeBron's plan is definitively to retire after this season, and Bronny starts the year in G League, and now we are approaching the end of the year.